Hello there. For all of you who have been living your busy days to the fullest, working so hard, it's time to take a quiet moment for yourself. Let's wind down and prepare for tomorrow. Your support truly means the world and gives me the energy to share this with you. In the end, the one that survived the longest, the one that outlasted every fad and every expensive trend, was simple petroleum jelly. Hello, I am Dr. Arthur Donovan. I am 85 years old. For over 50 years, I ran a busy plastic surgery practice on Park Avenue in New York before finally retiring. In that half-century, I have met countless, truly innumerable, patients who all came to me with the same desires. I want clearer skin. I want to get rid of these wrinkles. And I helped them. I performed the surgeries. I recommended the high-end, luxury department store products. I utilized the most advanced, effective lasers that technology had to offer. We achieved wonderful results. But you know, in the top drawer of my consultation desk, the one I opened every single day, there was always one humble item. A simple tub of Vaseline. We've been together for decades, that little tub and I, and in all that time, it has never once let me down. Now, let me be perfectly clear. I am not going to sit here and tell you that one jar of petroleum jelly is a miracle that will magically erase every wrinkle, instantly transforming your skin back to the way it was in your 20s. Life and dermatology rarely work that way. However, what I am here to tell you today, with the full confidence of my entire career, is this. If you use it correctly, petroleum jelly alone can definitively and noticeably reduce wrinkles and slow down the skin's aging process. And just as importantly, I want to share the truth that there are real, tangible methods to help your skin rejuvenate day by day without resorting to expensive skincare lines or questionable, invasive procedures. I'm reminded of a particular patient of mine, a wonderful woman named Mrs. Eleanor Hayes. She was 73 when I first saw her, and she had been visiting dermatologists for years. Frustrated by the lack of results, she had tried everything. It was only after she began a simple routine I suggested combining her basic moisturizing cream with a thin layer of Vaseline that she finally saw a change. I remember her coming into my office, holding up her hands, the deep, etched lines around her mouth, and the crepey, almost tissue paper-like skin on the back of her hands. They were visibly plumper. They were softer. The skin looked hydrated and resilient. Seeing her smile, I thought to myself, now that is the real deal. Today, I am going to share with you the methods I have developed over a lifetime of clinical practice, a way to use one simple tub of petroleum jelly to reduce wrinkles on your hands, around your mouth, and even on your neck, restoring a healthy, supple bounce to your skin. And I will explain in detail the remarkable science behind why it works so well. It all begins with this one simple fact. Your skin begins to age the moment it loses moisture. Petroleum jelly is the ultimate shield to protect that moisture. So, let's begin. Let's talk about how this humble product has survived for so long, and why even a seasoned plastic surgeon like me cannot help but recommend it. The magic of the moisture barrier. Why has petroleum jelly, or Vaseline, been so beloved all over the world for more than a century? The reason is singular and simple. Its unparalleled ability to form a protective, occlusive barrier that prevents moisture from evaporating. To put it in the simplest terms, it acts as a guardian, locking in the water that is already inside your skin. You see, the products we call moisturizers generally fall into two main categories. Humectants. These are ingredients that attract and pull moisture to the skin. Think of ingredients like hyaluronic acid or glycerin. They are like little magnets for water. Occlusives. These are ingredients that seal that moisture in, preventing it from escaping. This is where petroleum jelly reigns supreme. Here is the analogy I've used with my patients for decades. If hyaluronic acid is a sponge that soaks up water and plumps the skin, Vaseline is the plastic wrap you put over that sponge to keep it from drying out. This is why, if you just slather Vaseline on your dry, unprepped skin, you'll be disappointed. You'll think, this is just greasy. It feels suffocating. and I don't see any effect. Of course you don't. You've just put plastic wrap on a dry sponge. You've simply trapped the dryness. However, if you first apply a humectant like a hyaluronic acid serum or a simple moisturizing cream, and then apply a very thin layer of Vaseline on top, you create a perfect down, sealed-in environment. The moisture you just applied is now locked in place, unable to evaporate. This sealing effect is what allows your skin to heal, hydrate, and plump itself up from within. This is the principle that many of the most expensive thereasontaple.org high-end luxury cosmetic brands are built on. Anyone. I encourage you, go and look at the ingredient list for one of the most famous, wildly expensive creams in the world, Crème de la Mer. Take a look at the very top of the ingredient list. What will you find? Mineral oil and petrolatum, the core components of Vaseline, yet that cream costs hundreds and hundreds of dollars. This is precisely my point. You don't need the $1,000 price tag. By understanding the principle, you can use humble petroleum jelly to achieve a similar, powerful, hydrating, and protective effect. In my experience, this moisture-locking barrier is most crucial for areas where the skin is thin, moves a lot, and dries out easily. These are the areas that show age first: the backs of your hands, the delicate skin around your mouth, and your neck. These spots are in constant motion, making them prone to dryness and accelerated wrinkling. And there's one more thing. Petroleum jelly is a go-to skin protectant used in hospitals for a reason. We use it on skin that has a compromised barrier. Think post-laser treatments, or during the healing of a wound or incision. It has a remarkable ability to protect sensitive, irritated, or injured skin, allowing it to heal in a safe, moisturized environment. Now, having heard all this, a very logical question should be popping into your head. Okay, Dr. Donovan, I understand. Vaseline only traps moisture, it doesn't create it. So, to really see an effect, what should I be putting underneath it? That is the million-dollar question. And now, I will give you the answer. These are the true golden combinations that will multiply the effects of your petroleum jelly 2 and 3-fold. The golden combinations. What to pair with Vaseline? As we've established, petroleum jelly itself does not supply water to the skin. Its power is as a partner. Using it alone will have a very limited effect. But when you pair Vaseline with a product that does supply moisture or treatment, you create a synergistic effect. It's like vacuum sealing the good ingredients against your skin, allowing them to work undisturbed for hours, keeping the area hydrated, and allowing wrinkles to appear fuller and softer. So, here are the most effective and powerful combinations to use under your petroleum jelly. The ultimate hydrator, hyaluronic acid and glycerin. What they are? Hyaluronic acid is the moisture magnet I mentioned, famous for its ability to hold up to 1,000 times its weight in water. Glycerin is a classic, effective, and inexpensive moisture glue that draws water in and holds it in place. The method. First, apply your hyaluronic acid or glycerin-based serum or a simple, water-based cream to your damp skin. Let it sink in for a moment. Then, take a very small amount of petroleum jelly. I'm talking half a pea size. Warm it between your fingers until it melts, and gently pat or press it on top. Don't rub. Why it works. The water drawn in by the humectants is now completely trapped. The skin in that area cannot dehydrate. This is the perfect combination for those thin-skinned areas like the backs of your hands, the skin around your mouth, and your neck. You will find that areas that were chronically dry and fine-lined will feel supple and moisturized, even by morning. The wrinkle fighter. Retinol cream. What it is. Retinol, a derivative of vitamin A, is one of the most proven functional ingredients in all of dermatology. It encourages skin cell turnover, promotes the production of new collagen, and actively works to improve the appearance of wrinkles. The downside. Retinol's great weakness is that it can be very, very irritating, especially when you first start. It can cause dryness, peeling, and redness. The method. Apply your retinol cream as directed. Then, apply a thin layer of petroleum jelly over it. This is sometimes called buffering, or a modified sandwich method. Why it works? The Vaseline layer does two critical things. First, it acts as a buffer, helping to reduce the irritation and peeling often caused by the retinol. Second, it adds a powerful layer of moisture, counteracting the dryness. This allows you to get the anti-aging benefits of retinol while minimizing its harsh side effects, all while keeping the skin stable and hydrated. San. The balancer. Niacinamide. What it is? Niacinamide, a form of vitamin B3, is a fantastic all-rounder. It helps to even out skin tone, can help regulate oil production, and is excellent for the appearance of pores. Who it's for? This is a combination I often recommend for those with oily or combination skin who are still concerned about aging and dehydration. The method. Apply your niacinamide serum first, then seal in the dryer. Wrinkle-prone areas of your face, like the crow's feet or mouth corners, with a tiny amount of Vaseline. Why it works? This combination helps balance the skin's oil and water levels. The niacinamide works to calm the skin and manage sebum, while the Vaseline, used sparingly, protects the skin's barrier and locks in water hydration, helping to calm sensitive skin and keep it healthy. The soother. Snail mucin, Orchica centella asiatica. What they are? These are ingredients beloved for their powerful regenerating and soothing properties. Snail mucin is fantastic for skin repair, and Cica or Centella asiatica is a well-known herbal extract for calming inflammation. The method. This is my go-to combination for irritated or compromised skin. If you have acne scars, redness from a procedure, or just highly reactive skin, apply your snail mucin or Cica-based cream first. Then, seal it in with a thin, protective layer of Vaseline. Why it works? The Vaseline creates a pristine, protected environment that locks in the soothing ingredients. This dramatically speeds up the skin's recovery time. So, try this. Take one of these 4 key ingredients: hyaluronic acid, retinol, niacinamide, or snail mucin, and apply the product first. Then, seal it with a very, very small amount of petroleum jelly. This is when the effects of Vaseline, which you may never have noticed when using it alone, will finally and clearly appear. The aging blind spots. Don't just use it on your face. In my decades of practice, I've seen a common pattern. Patients come in, meticulous about the skin on their face, but they are completely blindsided when they realize that true aging is revealed elsewhere. They are missing the biggest clues. Where are these places? They are the neck, the backs of the hands, the elbows, the lips, and the eye area. These parts of your body are the real giveaways. Why? Because the skin is thinner, it's subjected to more friction and stimulation. And this is the key. It has far fewer sebaceous oil glands. This means they dry out incredibly fast and wrinkle very easily. Isante. The neck ages faster than the face. The skin on your neck is notoriously thin. Once deep, horizontal wrinkles set in. They are incredibly difficult to reverse. Even with clinical procedures, we are also now dealing with tech neck, from constantly looking down at our phones. The method. After washing your face at night, don't stop at your jawline. Apply your moisturizer all the way down your neck to your collarbones. Then, take a small amount of Vaseline, warm it, and apply a very thin film over your neck in gentle, upward strokes. This creates a sleeping pack that prevents moisture loss all night long. The result. With continuous use, you will notice fine lines appear softer, and the skin on your neck will retain an elasticity it would otherwise lose. The backs of the hands. The mirror of age. You can't hide your age from your hands. We subject them to so much abuse. Constant washing with harsh soaps, hand sanitizers, sun exposure. Yet we rarely moisturize them properly. The method. After applying hand cream, especially one with a humectant, seal it in with a layer of petroleum jelly. My pro tip. The most effective treatment, especially in the dry winter months, is this. Right before bed, apply a generous layer of moisturizer and Vaseline to your hands, and then put on a pair of simple cotton gloves. Sleep in them. When you wake up, your hands will be unrecognizable. Sand, elbows and knees. The highway to calluses. Dry, ashy, or wrinkled elbows and knees. It's not a great look, and it's a sign of extreme dehydration in those areas of thick, rough skin. The method. The timing is critical. After a shower or bath, before you dry off completely, while your skin is still damp, apply your body moisturizer, and then immediately seal in your elbows and knees with petroleum jelly. The result. The next day, that tough, scaly skin will be noticeably softer and smoother. This also works wonders for cracked heels. C. The lips and mouth corners. Where prevention starts. You can use Vaseline alone as an excellent lip balm, but we're talking about wrinkles. The fine, vertical barcode lines that can form above the lip and the marionette lines at the corners of the mouth are often a result of chronic dryness. The method. If you are concerned about these lines, apply your hydrating hyaluronic acid serum around your mouth. Let it absorb. Then, seal the entire area with a small amount of Vaseline. The result. This maintains the moisture in the area all night, helping to improve both lip volume and the elasticity of the skin around your mouth. Woo. The eye area. Handle with extreme care. Many people are worried about putting Vaseline near their eyes, and they are right to be cautious. But it can be done safely and effectively. The method. This is all about the amount. You need a single grain of rice worth of Vaseline for both eyes. After you have applied your gentle eye cream or moisturizer, take that tiny amount, warm it between your ring fingers, and gently pat it on the orbital bone. The bone you can feel under your eye. The caution. Do not get it in your eye. Do not apply it close to your lash line. The result. Used this way. It acts as a booster for your eye cream, sealing in the moisture, and protecting that incredibly delicate, thin skin from drying out overnight. As you can see, petroleum jelly isn't really a face cream. It's a whole-body anti-desiccation agent, and when you use it consistently on these often neglected areas, the results can be even more dramatic than what you see on your face. A common question. Dr. Donovan, is Vaseline safe for oily and acne-prone skin? This is, without a doubt, the most frequent question I get in my clinical practice. Doctor, my skin is already so oily. I'm prone to breakouts. You can't be serious about telling me to put Vaseline on it. My answer is, yes, you can, with conditions. Let me be direct. If you have oily or acne-prone skin, I do not recommend slathering petroleum jelly all over your entire face. Please, do not do that. Here is the problem. While Vaseline itself is non-comedogenic, meaning the molecule is too large to get inside your pores, it is a powerful occlusive. It will trap whatever is underneath it. If your skin is producing excess sebum oil or has active acne bacteria, and you cover it with a thick layer of Vaseline, you are creating a warm, airless, oily environment. You risk clogging your pores and making any inflammation or breakouts much worse. So, if you have oily skin, you must use it this way. Use it for spot treating only. Use it only on the specific, necessary parts of your face that are prone to dryness and wrinkling, not the parts that are prone to oil. For example, apply it to the corners of your mouth, the delicate skin under your eyes, or perhaps the drier parts of your cheeks. But avoid your T-zone. Avoid your nose, your forehead, and your chin. These areas have the most sebaceous glands and are the most likely to get inflamed. Layer it. Serum first, Vaseline last and lightest. For oily skin, the best way to use it is to first apply a hydrating, water-based serum, like the hyaluronic acid or niacinamide we discussed. After that serum has absorbed, you take the tiniest dab of Vaseline and just lightly pat it on top of those targeted areas. The goal here is not to feel greasy. The goal is to address the internal dehydration lack of water that is common even in oily skin, which often causes the skin to produce more oil to compensate. Sand. A note for acne-prone skin. If you have active, red, inflammatory acne, do not apply Vaseline directly on top of those blemishes. However, this doesn't mean you can't use it elsewhere. If you have acne on your chin, but the skin around your eyes and neck is dry, you can absolutely use Vaseline on your eyes and neck as a protective barrier. The best time is always at night. This is a non-negotiable rule for oily skin types. If you use Vaseline in the morning, you will run into problems. Your makeup will slide right off. And as you go through your day, the combination of Vaseline, your own sebum, sweat, and environmental pollution is a recipe for clogged pores. The only time to use this technique is at night. After you have thoroughly cleansed your face, apply your hydrating serums, and then use your small, targeted amount of Vaseline as the final sealing step. This allows the product to work its magic during the skin's natural regeneration time while you sleep, without the risks of daytime use. So, to summarize, Vaseline is not forbidden for oily or acne-prone skin, but its use must be adjusted. You must control the amount tiny, the location dry spots only, and the timing night only. Think of it this way: you are not coating your face. You are creating a specific, targeted, protective film for the small weak or dry parts of your skin that need it most. Are you only worried about your face? True aging starts here. Let me revisit this point, because it is the most important piece of advice I can give you. I've had so many patients sit in my consultation chair and say, "Doctor, I don't get it. I use the best creams on my face, but people still say I look so old. Why?" When I hear that, there are 4 places I check immediately, and they are almost always the culprit: your hands, your neck, your elbows, your knees. These are the 4 areas where we are most careless, and as a result, they are where aging begins fastest and most aggressively. The backs of the hands. The first telltale sign. Your hands are exposed every day. You wash them constantly, stripping them of their natural oils. The skin thins, the fat pad disappears, and suddenly you see veins and wrinkles. The Vaseline solution revisited. This is where the nightly glove trick is non-negotiable. Moisturizer, a layer of Vaseline, and cotton gloves. Even doing this just 2 or 3 times a week will make a profound difference. You will feel the suppleness return. The neck, where 50 can look 70. It's pointless to spend $100 on a face cream if you neglect your neck. The skin is thin, it has few oil glands, and it's constantly moving. Fine lines turn into deep creases very quickly. The Vaseline solution revisited. Every single night, after applying moisturizer, seal your neck with a thin layer of Vaseline. Use gentle, upward strokes. This is especially critical in the dry winter months. This simple habit will keep your neck's elasticity far longer. Elbows and knees. The triple threat: dryness, calluses, and wrinkles. This is the triple threat for these high-friction areas. The Vaseline solution revisited. After your shower, while the skin is damp, lock in that moisture with a combination of moisturizer and Vaseline. This is also the #1 solution I recommend for people with deep, painful, cracked heels. Apply a thick layer to your heels and put on cotton socks. The results are fast and dramatic. You must remember, hydration is not just for your face. The signs of aging that people notice are often in these blind spots. You don't want to be the person people whisper about. Her face looks good, but wow, why are her hands so wrinkled? Or, you can really tell her age when you look at her neck. If you don't want to hear those words, start applying your petroleum jelly to these wrinkle blind spots tonight. A final check. Vaseline is not a panacea. As I said, when I recommend Vaseline in my clinic, the reactions are not all positive at first. I sometimes hear, "Doctor, I tried it, and my skin broke out." Or, "My makeup just floated off." Or, "It made my acne worse." Yes, this can happen. As we've discussed, petroleum jelly is not right for every single skin type, in every single situation. Let's do a final review of the cautions. For oily and acne-prone skin, you now know the rules. Do not apply it all over your face. Use it as a spot treatment on dry, non-acne-prone areas only, like under the eyes or on the neck. For morning use. Do not use it in the morning. It's too heavy. It will make you look greasy, and your makeup will not sit properly. This is a nighttime-only routine. For thin skin, eyes, and nose. The skin around your eyes and the creases of your nose is incredibly thin. If you apply too much, it can clump up, or, worse, migrate into your eye. The tip revisited. A rice grain amount. That's all. Pat it gently. Do not rub. So, let's put it all together. The trick to using Vaseline is to match it to your skin type and your situation. Oily acne. Spot treat only. Daytime. No. Nighttime only. Eyes. A tiny, rice grain amount. Gently patted. A trick from the clinic. How to use it on wounds and irritation. Now, I'll share one last combination that I used constantly in my medical practice, especially after laser treatments, peels, or when a patient's skin was chapped, rough, or inflamed. It's the combination of antibiotic ointment and Vaseline. Why is this pairing so effective? Think of it this way. The ointment, like a neosporin or polysporin, is the medicine. Its job is to deliver the active, healing ingredients to the skin. The Vaseline is the bodyguard. Its job is to stand on top and make sure the medicine doesn't go anywhere, and nothing else gets in. Let's imagine you have a painful crack at the corner of your mouth. Apply a very small amount of antibiotic ointment to the crack. On top of that, apply a thin layer of Vaseline. By doing this, the medicinal ingredients from the ointment cannot evaporate. They are held in a concentrated state against the skin, allowing them to work for hours. At the same time, the Vaseline prevents the area from drying out, which dramatically speeds up the regeneration process. Try this simple combination in these situations. On a sudden, inflamed pimple as an overnight spot treatment. On a shaving nick. On cracked mouth corners. On an insect bite that you've scratched raw. On chapped, peeling skin. On dry, cracked cuticles around your nails. This is especially helpful in the winter, when skin gets thin and dry, and small wounds just refuse to heal. A quick note of caution: don't overdo the Vaseline, as a thick layer can be occlusive, and the antibiotic ointment should only be used short-term on the affected area. Long-term use can sometimes lead to resistance or irritation. One final bonus tip: if you have an inflamed spot, you can mix a single drop of tea tree oil with a small dab of Vaseline. Tea tree oil has natural antiseptic and calming properties. This can be wonderful for soothing irritated skin, but please, if you have sensitive skin, do a patch test first. The most forgotten places: neck, hands, and ears. We've covered the neck and hands, but I want to re-emphasize them because they are so critical. The neck. Fewer oil glands plus constant sun exposure plus tech neck from phone use equals a recipe for premature aging. You must use your moisturizer and Vaseline seal on your neck every night. The backs of the hands. Thin skin plus constant friction plus fat loss, especially after 60, equals the most obvious sign of aging. You must use the moisturizer Vaseline combo. And, just as importantly, you must use sunscreen on the backs of your hands during the day. Now, for the one area I guarantee almost 100% of you are ignoring: your earlobes and the skin behind your ears. Almost no one thinks about this, but the skin on your earlobes is incredibly thin, and collagen is easily lost there. When you wash your face, you often scrub this area, but never, ever apply moisturizer. Over time, the earlobes can become thin, creepy, and wrinkled. The method: it's simple. When you finish applying your nightly moisturizer to your face and neck, take whatever small residue is left on your fingers and rub it onto your earlobes and into the crease behind your ears. Then, take the tiniest dab of Vaseline and pat it on top. It will feel strange at first, but if you do this for just 2 or 3 weeks, you will be shocked at the difference in the texture of that skin. The effectiveness of Vaseline all depends on where you put it, and these blind spots, neck, hands, and ears are what make the difference between looking good for your age and just looking good. Your new nightly routine. So, Let's put it all together. You've probably figured it out by now. Expensive, high-end lifting creams and complicated skincare routines are not the secret. More often than not, a simple, consistent routine with a single, powerful product can create a much more profound change. As an 85-year-old plastic surgeon, I have seen so many patients who were disappointed by flashy, expensive products that promised the world. But I've also seen the simple, powerful, and undeniable efficacy of petroleum jelly when it is used correctly. That is Vaseline. So, please, remember what we talked about today. Remember the golden combinations. Remember the wrinkle blind spots. And remember the cautions. And perhaps, start tonight. Your skin is honest. It doesn't care about marketing. It only cares about the habits you keep. And the habits you start today will define how you look and feel 10 years from now. I have spent my life helping people who have the same concerns as you. I've always wanted to offer even a small amount of help and clarity. If you found today's conversation helpful, I hope you'll share this information with the people you care about. Thank you for your time. I'll see you in the next video with more useful information. Take care.